Good evening, everyone. We're going to call to order the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City of Howe at 6:01 p.m. There's a quorum present. So, on our docket today, number one, discuss, consider, and act upon approving the minutes from the February 20th, 2024 meeting. Pretty straightforward. We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Any opposed? There we go. All right, number two, discuss, consider, and act upon a notice to vacate conveyance plat previously approved by the City of Howe on March 7th, 2023, and recorded on April 26th, 2023 as document number 2023-83 in the property records of Grayson County, Texas for Ponderosa Point.
So just a quick background, P&Z and council previously approved the conveyance plat. There were some issues noted with the easements, so those were worked out through the engineers and the developer. And so since we had already previously approved, then there's a statute in the property code, so we're doing the notice of vacating, which will vacate the prior plat, and then that paves the way for item 3, which is just approving the revised conveyance plat. And basically the only change was adjusting some of the easements.
Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second it.
Second. All right. All in favor? Any opposed? No. All right. So moving on to number 3, discuss, consider, and act upon the revised conveyance plat of Ponderosa Point, Block A, lots 1 and 2.
I just do have one question. On the conveyance plat, was there a warranty deed filed with it conveying property, or is it just the plat that's been filed?
It was just the plat, correct?
Okay. So there's no need for correction on anything else. Okay. Then that's the only thing I had. So as long as we don't have to correct anything else, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor? All right. All right. Number 4. So discuss, consider, and act upon ordinance number 818, and I will read that real quick. An ordinance of the city council of the City of Howe, Texas, amending Howe's zoning ordinance as amended to rezone a tract of land consisting of 0.114 acres, 48 acres plus or minus, of land located in the OTP Howe Block 3, Lot 9 and 10, abstract number 5912, Howe, Grayson County, Texas, in the City of Howe, Grayson County, Texas. It's currently zoned single family 2, providing that tract hereby rezoned as commercial 2, describing the tract to be rezoned, providing a penalty clause, savings, and repealing clause, severability clause, and effective date, and providing for the publication of the caption hereof.
Thank you. The applicant is LDJ LLC. It's Jack Leavenworth's old house over here. It used to be, for those that are as old as I am, it used to be Price Haning's garage many years ago. It's kind of going back to that. When Leavenworth bought it, he changed it from C2 to SF2 because he wanted to build a house in there. It's in a commercial district. So this gentleman wants to do a small engine or small motor repair shop in the location, so it kind of goes back to the same theme it was originally, from an SF2 to a C2. I did have 3 letters back in support of this. We do have someone who wants to speak, and when we get to the public portion.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to the public for comment, questions.
My name's Louise Grogan. I own the adjacent property at 110 Hughes, next to the where Jack's property was. When we purchased this, we were told it's SF2, which means we do fabrication inside, but we weren't allowed to have anything on the exterior. And I talked with the city manager, and we went through all making sure that it was all good what we were doing. Will we be afforded the same courtesy on down the road if we also want to change ours to C2? Let's say we're keeping it for now, we're not selling it, but if we wanted to, we obviously, if they've already converted to C2, we probably could do much better in the market putting it into commercial. So since they have that, does that allow us to already automatically have that without debate?
So they cannot comment on that because each zoning request is taken on its own merits and issues, so that's the only question that
Okay.
P and Z or the council could answer.
Okay, all right, thanks. Sorry, I didn't know what to ask.
That's
but, And do you know with this, with them becoming commercial, are there noise requirements in the city of Howe, if that's allowable to ask, that we won't have motorcycles running late at night, and, you know, right outside our door and things like that? Not, right now, there's no one there, but we've just finished the remodel on the small house that's next to it. So I would assume, I don't know who to pose the question to, but does Howe have city requirements on noise?
There are noise requirements.
Okay.
And we can get together and talk about those and go over those, and we'll make sure he adheres to those.
Okay. It shouldn't be a problem, but I just wanted to make sure, you know, I didn't want to just say okay, but not at least ask some questions about how it's going to run.
Fair enough.
Okay, all right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you very much.
Any other public comment questions? Okay, close the public comment section of it. So any questions from the board?
I've always thought it's a little odd the way it was structured there anyway, so moving back, I'm for it. So, motion to approve.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right, motion carries. All right, that concludes the planning and zoning meeting at 6:07 PM.
Do we close this?
I had this year, and I talked him down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this.
Court has that same thought. Like, being able to see it on my phone was gonna be trusting too much to others.
Does anyone else have any public comment forms to turn into me before we get started? Good evening. There being a quorum present, this regular session of the Howe City Council is hereby called to order on Tuesday, April 16, 2024 at 6:10 p.m. under the Open Meetings Act of the state of Texas. If you will, please remove your hats and silence your cell phones, and we're going to say our prayer and pledges, please. Heavenly Father, we just come before you and ask that you will give the council wisdom and discernment as they make decisions for the city. And I just want to lift up our community and those who may be suffering this evening. We ask that you will be a source of comfort and hold them tight. And it's in your precious holy name we pray. Amen. Now for our pledges. Thank you. Please be seated. The City Council invites citizens to speak to the council on topics that have not already been scheduled for public hearing or on the agenda. Citizens may address the council for a maximum of 2 minutes. The council is unable to respond to or discuss any issues that are brought up during this section that are not on the agenda, other than to make a statement of specific factual information in response to a citizen's inquiry or to recite existing policy in response to the inquiry. So we do have a public forum comment forum for Josh Marr, and so if you want to come on up and make your statement, just please give us your name and address.
Well, good evening, Mayor, council members, city staff, citizens of Howe. My name is Josh Marr, live at 108 Providence in Van Alstyne. If anybody didn't know, I am running for county commissioner here in the precinct. I do live down here in Van Alstyne with my family. I've been there about 4 years. We got some kids, 11, 5, and 3. I'm a lifelong resident here in Grayson County, grew up on my family farm up in Pottsboro. But I just want to come here, introduce myself to the town. I haven't been to the council meeting yet. I think I've been to everybody else's. So just because y'all last don't mean y'all last in my mind. Y'all got a lot of great things going on here that I've been seeing. Before last couple of years, I've been seeing the city of Howe kind of look like they were kind of getting sandwiched from Sherman coming down and Van Alstyne coming up. So I think I've got a turnaround going on here now with the city council, the mayor, and the city staff we have going on that's really working to make sure the town of Howe is growing. I'm glad to see that because, that's what we need here in the precinct with all this development coming here. I know going to commissioner court, I believe your council and they've all been working on getting some roads fixed here in the town. I think there's about 5 different projects on plan right now to get some roads fixed. I hear that Smith Road might be getting fixed going to the south. I think some work needs to be done on the north side. If somehow that can be worked out, that'd be great. But basically just want to introduce myself. I see great things going on here in Howe. Keep up the good work. The city council's doing a great job. A good supportive group there. I know the city staff's doing good. We just, EMS services started a couple of weeks ago, so that's really good. That's going to help out the county as well. So, again, our voting starts May 20th. So, if you have any questions, I'll be here all evening. So, talk to me afterwards. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Mayor comments. Election day is Saturday. Our local election day is Saturday, May 4th, which is the same day as Founders Day Festival. The Howe Hump Day Howe Hump Day Network Breakfast is held every first Wednesday of the month from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. here in Summit Gardens, and everyone is welcome to attend. I'd also like to mention that there are 3 council seats up for election, and on behalf of the city of Howe, we do want to thank those who have served, and we want to thank you for your time and your service. Consent items. These items consist of non-controversial or housekeeping items required by law. Items may be considered individual by any council member making such request prior to a motion and vote on the consent items. 1, discuss, consider, and act upon consent items which are marked by an asterisk, which are minutes of a regular council meeting, March 19, 2024, bills being paid for the month, detailed check register report, statement of revenue and expenditures, independent financial, secured deposits, March 31, 2024, recap and standings, March 2024. Does the council wish to discuss any of these items?
Mayor, I have a question
Yes, sir.
for the administrator. Maybe not.
Mr. I think he went to attend to someone. Mr. Walker, we have a question.
On the bills being paid, All American Dogs, $22.50 a month. Is that a monthly charge?
That is a monthly charge.
And so does that depend on how many dogs they pick up or how many cats or anything else, or is that just a straight?
That is a contract that was signed, I think, last early fall, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions for the, by the council? If not, do I have a motion to approve the consent items?
I'll make a motion.
Sarah makes a motion to approve. Is that
Yes.
right? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Billy makes a second. All in favor? Everyone is in favor. Any opposed? None are opposed. Let's move on to our action items. 1, discuss, consider, and act upon addendum to Noble Ridge Development Agreement, amending the Noble Ridge Development Agreement. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if not, do we have a motion?
I have a motion to approve.
Billy makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ronnie makes a second. All in favor? Everyone is in favor. Anyone opposed? None are opposed. Item number 2, discuss, consider, and act upon temporary closure of Smith Road for road rehabilitation work. Proposed closure from the southwest corner of Noble Ridge Track 1 south to Young Street, including authorizing city staff to coordinate closure with construction efforts, and said closures being subject to the city engineer and/or city administrator approvals of the specific closure plans. Do you want to make a, we have someone here that would like just to make a short presentation?
Good evening. My name is Neil Hecklin with Rock Hill Capital, 9550 John Elliott in Frisco. First of all, thank you for approving the development agreement amendment. I think it's a good team effort of what we've got going on over in Noble Ridge and working closely with staff and everything. So just a quick update. We should finish the first lots in phase 1 in the next 30 days. So you'll start to see home building activity immediately. The second half of that first track will deliver lots probably first quarter of next year. So that's going to be 3 really strong builders. A lot of activity over in that area. And so what I wanted to do real quick, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions, is this road rehab program was a big part of the development agreement because I know Smith and Young are a real problem. And so we wanted to step up and try to fix that. So the plan is, I don't have an easel, so I'm just going to wing this. So we're developing obviously right here. So the plan is, and we've actually already done the clearing. I'll put this over here. We've already done the clearing in good faith that we thought we'd get here. So the next step is we do have one of the best asphalt contractors in the city under contract to come in. They're going to come in and do a repair to this upgrade because it's a mess. And then they'll come in and put a chip seal, and then they'll come in and overlay it. So it should become a very drivable road. We expect this to begin, talking to the contractor today, they're now telling me around June 1. So I know there was some concern about if we close down Smith, does that create issues with school and all that? So we may avoid that just by luck. Now, if they call me back and say they want to come now, I'm not going to stop them. And we'll help any way we can, and we'll just communicate with staff, and we'll just make it happen. We can also make it start down here, which they don't have to close this road. They can do it half at a time. So I think when we're all done, this will be a huge benefit for the tires and wheels of everybody, my truck included. This section right here is under construction right now. So this will be, as a part of completion of this phase, this will be 2 lanes of concrete that should be finished early part of next year as well. That'll tie into Cleve here. So in fairly short order, we have a good concrete road here and then a much improved road. And we do, as a part of our plan or a part of our agreement, obviously this is going to be truck traffic because we're going to try to run builder traffic and things of that nature, not here, because they make them come around. We are on the hook for repairs, and we'll just work with Monty and the public works people, make sure that it maintains, and we just don't go back to where we were. So we're committed to make this road work. I know it's important to a lot of the citizens here, and so that, I just wanted to update you on that and kind of what we're doing. So I'm happy to answer any questions, or I'll go sit down.
We appreciate it. Does council have any questions?
I do, Mayor. So just for throwing out the numbers, so if you do start June 1, what are you talking about timeline to at least get it to where it's drivable and it's not closed?
30, 40 days at the most. They'll move pretty quickly.
Okay.
Especially since we're able to close that road, it'll go even faster, because I didn't know how we were even going to safely get people around. They'll flag it on Young, but closing down Smith will be really helpful to speed up the process.
Gotcha.
Anyone else have any questions?
Okay.
Comment, just one clarification, you know, that the concrete will be the top portion, will have the asphalt, which they will maintain while they're in process, and then the rest of that asphalt does get phased into concrete, so it will, the concrete will follow the project.
Yes.
So the ultimate build-out will be full concrete as spec.
Right.
Very exciting.
I have a quick question. You talked about rerouting the trucks around onto Smith Road. Will that be entering into Clegg and then going all the way through to where you're building the houses, or is there an entrance?
Well, initially, traffic for Phase 1A will have to come down Summit Hill because there won't be access. Once 1B is done, then there'll be access through B and A. And I use these because I'm using, that track. They'll all be tied together at that point. Then we can start to say, look, everybody's got to come in this way and stay off the road in front of the school. So initially, it might be a problem, and we'll do our best to keep, truckers, but they got to build houses. So it's just the progress is sometimes inconvenient.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Any other questions from the council? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for your
Appreciate it
time.
very much. So back to item number 2. If there's no other discussion, no other items that you would like to discuss about this, do I have a motion?
I make a motion we approve.
I'll second.
Okay, Rodney makes a motion to approve, and Michael makes a second. All in favor? Everyone is in favor. Any opposed? None are opposed. Item number 3, discuss, consider, and act upon a notice to vacate conveyance plat previously approved by the City of Howe on March 7, 2023, and recorded on April 26, 2023 as document number 2023-83 in the property plat records of Grayson County, Texas, Ponderosa Point. Does the council wish to discuss this, or Mr. Tidwell?
I was just going to do the quick update, the same one. Some of you may have heard the one before, but it was previously approved by P&Z and council due to easement issues. There's been a request and a need to change the conveyance plat. The item 3, the notice, is basically just a process into the property code to vacate the plat, and then your next item would be to then approve the new conveyance plat, which then obviously would come, the P&Z voted for approval, so it comes with the recommendation of approval from P&Z.
Thank you, sir. Does the council have any wish to discuss this item any further? And if not, do I have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Billy makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Rodney makes a second. All in favor? All, and anyone opposed? None are opposed. Thank you. Item number 4, discuss, consider, and act upon revised conveyance plat of Ponderosa Point, Block A, lots 1 and 2. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if you do not, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. We approve.
Okay, Rodney makes a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Sarah makes a second. All in favor? Everyone? Any opposed? None are opposed. Item number 5, discuss, consider, and act upon opening an interest-bearing account specifically for the wastewater treatment plant and property. Does the council wish to discuss this item?
Monty does.
Okay.
Mayor, council, you may recall we recently triggered the 30 days for the contribution from Noble Ridge for a wastewater treatment plant. I'm happy to say that, if we are able to set up this account, to open this account, we do have a $400,000 check to go towards our wastewater treatment issues. So I want to thank Noble Ridge for coming forward with this, and we will have the full amount that was negotiated. We'll have that by September the 14th.
Wonderful news. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if not, do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Michael makes a motion to approve.
To approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ronnie makes a second. All in favor? Everyone? Any opposed? None are opposed. Item number 6, review and discuss Section 3 policy updates and information for the city's Texas CDBG contract number CDV 23-0055. And Monty, is this the one that you're going to make a short presentation on?
Last month, you may recall Lizette was here. She was the woman of the hour. She was not able to be here tonight, although she wanted to. The next agenda item we'll talk about later, but I do need to give just a brief recap on this Section 3 on this block grant that we've received. It's not an action item, but we just have to review these processes. The overall purpose of the Section 3 is to facilitate contract employment opportunities for low and very low income workers, specifically those that live close to the project location. I basically just want to give you that information that we have to make sure that we open that up for those workers as well, for the Section 3 workers. So I wanted to make the council well aware of that. And I've given you information in your packet that kind of outlines that. The targeted section area, which is Young Street, which is where we're going to do the work for the sewer and the road construction. But just wanted to give a brief outline over the Section 3 and let you know that we'll be posting that for those workers as well.
Does anyone have any questions that they need to ask? So for clarification, Monty, we do not need to take a vote on that. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I did have one quick question. It talks about tracking the number of hours for anyone who works on the project. Does the city do hourly tracking right now?
We do. Mickey does all of their hourly tracking.
Okay, so we won't
Public
need to
Works.
purchase any new systems or
No.
anything? Okay.
Any other council members wish to discuss that item before I move on? All right, resolution number 2024-0004. Resolution authorizing citizen participation, plan and grievance procedures, and excessive force policy and fair housing policy, and Section 504 policy and grievance procedures and code of conduct for policy for the Texas CDBG, funding through Texas CDBG grant from the Texas Department of Agriculture. We will now open this up for a public hearing, allowing members of the public to ask questions or speak. Does anyone from the public wish to discuss this item? Okay, since we do not have any, we'll now end our public hearing. Now we're going to move on to 7, discuss, consider, and act upon resolution number 2024-0004. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if not, do I have a motion?
We tabled this item, correct, so that,
Lizette said that, and this is something that is a requirement for the grant. So she said if y'all were planning on not approving it, then table it so she can get back here next month. But this is part of the requirement in order to have the $500,000 grant. This is just part of it.
and if I remember correctly, it was the excessive force piece we wanted to make sure the chief had a chance to review.
That's correct.
Do you have any concerns about the policy, Chief Hedman?
No, ma'am, I have no problem with that policy.
Any other council member wish to discuss this item? Do I have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Billy makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sarah makes a second. All in favor? Everyone, any opposed? None are opposed. Resolution number 2024-0005, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Howe, Texas, opposing air quality permit 167047, prevention of significant deterioration permit PSD TX 1602, greenhouse gas prevention of significant deterioration permit GHGP SD TX 212, and all other permits submitted to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality and other governmental agencies by BM Dorchester LLC regarding the construction of the proposed Dorchester cement production plant, pre-cal center, kiln, and associated equipment facility, and operation permit rock and concrete crushers quarry at a site east of the Highway 289 and FM 902 intersection, approximately 0.80 miles directly north of FM 902 after the Taylor Road intersection, recognizing the public health, safety, and welfare implications of the proposed operations and urging through review of said applications. We will now open this up for a public hearing, allowing our public to speak on this matter if anyone wishes to. Please, sir, just state your name.
Hello again, Josh Marr, 108 Providence Drive in Van Alstyne. Just real quick on the resolution, I would encourage the City Council to pass this resolution. As I'm sure everybody's aware, this has been ongoing for a little while, fighting this permit from BM Dorchester over there with TCQ. They had a TCQ meeting a couple weeks ago, and if you didn't know, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick came, had a town hall last night, and it was very last minute meeting set up, about 4-day notice, and we had about 300 people there for the town hall. So it was a great turnout with such short notice. He listened to our complaints from all the citizens from Gunner, Dorchester, Howe, Van Alstyne, Sherman, even from Oklahoma. They're coming down. So a lot of opposition to this. I think this resolution would be great to go along with all the other opposition to this plant as well. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wish to speak on this matter? Okay, we will now end our public hearing. Number 8, discuss, consider, and act upon resolution number 2024-0005. Does the council wish to discuss this item? If not, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve this item.
Rodney makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sarah makes a second. All in favor? Everyone, any opposed? None are opposed. Ordinance number 817, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Howe, Texas, approving and adopting the Grayson County Thoroughfare Plan, providing for severability, providing for repealer, providing for effective date, finding and determining that the meeting at which its ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law. We will now open up a public hearing for ordinance number 817. Does anyone from the public wish to speak on this matter? So we will now close it since we do not have anyone from the public. Under item number 9, discuss, consider, and act upon ordinance number 817. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if not, do I have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Billy makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Rodney's making a second. All in favor? Everyone, any opposed? None are opposed. Ordinance number 818, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Howe, Texas, amending Howe's zoning ordinance as amended to rezone a tract of land consisting of 0.1148 plus or minus acres of land located in the OTP Howe Block 3, Lot 910, abstract number 5912-OTP, Howe, Grayson County, Texas, in the City of Howe, Grayson County, Texas, heretofore zoned SF2, providing that the tract is hereby rezoned as C2. describing the tract to be rezoned, providing a penalty clause, savings and repealing clause, severability clause, and an effective date, and providing for the publication of the caption hereof. We'll now open for a public hearing for ordinance number 818. Anyone from the public wish to speak on this matter? Since we don't have anyone, we'll now close our public hearing. Item number 10, discuss, consider, and act upon ordinance number 818. Does the council wish to discuss this item? And if not, do I have a motion?
Yeah, we'll discuss it. Is the, this individual here?
No, the individual's not here.
This was one of the items that P&Z also approved.
The neighbor was here a moment ago.
Yes.
But not the individual.
So, proposed use of the property was to maintain, service, and restore, I guess that's power sports and motorcycles, if I can read the writing correctly?
Correct.
Is that what it's for?
Repair, yes.
Okay. And so P&Z approved?
Yes, they
Correct.
did.
It used to be C2.
Yes, yeah, and then I know when Jack bought it, but do we want that downtown? But, okay, I just want to verify that I'm reading this penmanship correctly.
Okay. Do any other council members want to discuss this item?
Okay.
If not, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Sarah makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Billy makes a second. All in favor? So Rodney, Sarah, and Billy are in favor. Any opposed? Michael is opposed. Item number 11, Department, yes,
Interrupt.
yes, sir.
In light of community events, can we make these departmental reports available online so that we can adjourn this meeting and everyone be home with their families? This is just information from the department heads. There's no action that we're going to take. We have the social media avenue now. We can make this information available. We can get out here and go home and be with our families this evening.
Okay. Look, what does the rest of the council want to do?
I agree with Billy. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay. Billy is saying he does not want to do departmental reports here. He's just wanting to make it available online so that everyone can go home to their families. Sarah, Michael? Do you have any comment on that?
I don't think I had any specific questions for any of the department heads about what we were provided. I understand wanting to be cognizant of family time on a day like today. So I guess I would be okay with that.
Okay. Michael, do you have any objection?
She did not object?
No.
Correct. Mhm. Did you have any questions for any of the department heads? If you do, we'll move forward.
No, we're good.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Walker, if you can, just make those departmental reports available online to the public. And so, I guess I should ask, do any of the department heads have anything that they wish to discuss that you feel a need to? Okay. All right, if there's no further business to come before this council, this meeting stands adjourned at 6:40 p.m. Thank you so much and have a good evening.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, thanks, guys. Hey, I saw you marketing the commercial around the VCR now. Yes. I saw you marketing it.